On November 12th at 3 p.m., Russia thought this was the perfect day to send its oil shipment to China through the Black Sea. Little did they know Ukraine would attack the ship's engine room within minutes. As the ship was sailing, Ukraine released its Magura 55, an 18-foot surface vehicle. Gliding through the water, it raced 2 miles away from the shore. Drafting very low at just 1.3 feet, it was the ideal choice to avoid detection. A surprise for Russia was the vehicle's belly. 4 10-inch FPV drones, each armed with over 6 pounds of warhead, were safely hidden inside. To reach the oil tanker, Magura had to pass the Sivash gas rig. The 260-foot-long steel structure in the middle of the Black Sea carried 60 expert troops, all equipped with the IGLAS shoulder-fired missile system and anti-tank weapons. This led the Russians to believe they would remain untouchable. On top of the fortress, the powerful Niva radar was positioned, constantly scanning the area. Capable of tracking 200 targets over a 28-mile radius, it failed to spot the Magura 55. From some distance, it opens the cargo bay and launches an FPV drone. It climbed high, reaching an altitude of over 200 feet. Its job was not to attack the fortress, but to provide the satellite feed to the operator handling the other drones in Odessa. FPV numbers 3 and 4 are launched, both flying on opposite sides to reach the fortress. Then, the Hunter FPV number 2 is released in the sky. Its motor spinning up to 20,000 rounds per minute, it raced directly to the Sivash rig. Instantly activating its Mirage electronic warfare system, chaos erupted. Inside the Sivash control room, a ghost of several drones started flickering on the screens. 40 to 50 blips bloomed out of nowhere. This caused the Niva radar's processor to fail, and alarms began to blare. The operator panicked, sending orders via radio. He locked the fastest-moving threat, which seemed the most dangerous. It was the FPV number 2. An IGLAS missile is released from a troop's shoulder, spreading white smoke in the sky. The missile chased the drone's heat radiation. As Ukraine expected, a fireball erupts as the missile clashes with the drone. Because the drone exploded, its Mirage got deactivated. Russians saw the screens clear of threats. For a moment, they went silent and felt they got it. Just when the Russians were celebrating their win, FPV number 3 received the signal to attack. It stops circling and lowers its nose, accelerating. This small equipment was ready to destroy its target, the Niva radar antenna. The operator handling the drone was intensely watching the titling feed. On the other hand, Russia's brief celebration was disrupted when one contact appeared on their screens. It flew fast, nearly reaching the tower. The operator shouted that a threat came out of nowhere and sped up so quickly. The FPV number 3 was equipped with a 6-pound warhead, specifically designed to release its energy inward. It could not only detonate, but its copper cone liner can turn into a jet of burning metal. As the drone strikes the base of the radar antenna, nothing happens for one moment. But then the warhead explodes. The copper jet penetrated through the antenna's protective aluminum structure. The fire spread throughout the entire fortress in just a few seconds, destroying all the electronic equipment in its path. The control room went silent as every screen connected to the Niva radar went blank. Because the Sivash rig's main defense system was the Niva, Russia became blind. An order from the commander came through the radio. Open Zu 23 and shoot at anything that moves. The gunner came behind it and fired the 23mm cannon into the sky. It spat out 600 rounds a minute, sending 10 high-explosive shells every second. The fog and the constant firing made it seem like a disastrous snowstorm of missiles and metal pieces. FPV number 4 struggled to control the drone, with the feed showing water spray and flashes. Suddenly, he noticed a signal. He pushed the stick forward, diving the drone in the water. Several shells tore through the air where the drone was a moment ago. It was a very close miss. The gunner on the Sivash rig attempted to lock onto the target but was unable to do so too fast. He fired blindly where the drone had been a few seconds before. A tracer luckily struck the target. The FPV number 4 didn't explode, but the bullet smashed into the carbon fiber arm of rotor 3. The operator's screen showed the warming sign. The drone shuddered, trying its best to stabilize itself. On the rig, the Kornet missile operator was watching the area through his thermal sight. He saw the wounded drone and did exactly what he had been waiting for. He yelled to his squad leader, "I have locked a target." The commander's reply was fire. Due to the drone positioned at the top, the Ukrainian operator saw the white flash coming from the Kornet's launch in his feed. He had to do something within 3 seconds, or the drone would be done. As it came near, the operator made a decision. He cut power to all 4 motors, stopping it from being a flying aircraft. It became a rock, dropping from several feet in the air. The Kornet missile, due due to its aerodynamic programming, was meant to intercept the target, but it suffered a logic failure. It hit the same spot while the drone had vanished. It dropped directly into the upper deck of the oil tanker. The explosion was massive. It completely wiped out the 20mm steel deck, all because of the warhead designed to penetrate through the thick body of battle tanks. Then came another devastating blast. The missile's still-burning rocket motor fell onto fuel lines, igniting tons of crude oil. A cloud of black smoke and red flames engulfed the shipment. The Russian gunner's wrong decision cost millions of loss. As the control room absorbed the situation, Ukraine surged forward with its Magura Vi-5. The drone boat that had released the drones cut through waves at 43 knots. Its target was clear: the illuminating fire of the oil tanker's engine room. A panic broke out on the tanker's bridge as the crew saw the approaching threat. An order was made: the boat is attacking. Turn the ship. It was too late. They couldn't do anything. The boat crashed into the oil tanker, bursting the 500-pound TNT warhead. The impact wasn't just a drilled hole into the ship, but the intense blast passed into the ship's steel frame, turning it into melted, twisted pieces. Fuel tanks were ruptured, causing a chain of explosions, even more powerful than the warhead's blasts. The fire was devastating. For the next few seconds, nothing happens. The flames and fog mixed up, making it hard to see anything. Then the catastrophic event happened. The sea level shook, waves rolled higher, and windows of the ship shattered as a blast roared. The 500,000 barrels of crude oil started burning. The 800-foot ship shudders under the blast. The force is so violent that it lifts the vessel out of the water. Steel groans, then snaps. The ship breaks clean in half. Two burning sections were torn apart into two sections. Slowly, they begin their final descent into the Black Sea. In less than 13 minutes, a handful of operators 100 miles away deliver 5 devastating kills, a $100 million asset, along with its precious shipment. It is now nothing but burning scrap. A pillar of fire and smoke shoots thousands of feet into the sky. Visible all the way from Crimea, the Seeshrig, once the all-seeing eye of the northwestern Black Sea, is now an isolated post. Its most advanced surveillance system, Neva, is gone. The tanker, with barrels of fuel on board, is settled on the seafloor. And this is where the real damage begins. Losing one tanker from Russia's shadow fleet is bad, but this loss proves something worse. Their entire sanctions-dodging strategy using old, uninsured tankers protected by ordinary military outposts has failed. Overnight, the northwestern Black Sea becomes a war risk zone. Now, Russia is forced to reroute its oil through the Arctic, a slow, expensive journey that takes weeks longer, costing millions more per trip. It surely means that Ukraine didn't just sink a ship, they sabotaged Moscow's shadow economy. Due to the attack, Black Sea oil exports dropped by 5%. While Russia blames a technical malfunction, satellite images and viral videos tell the real story. It shows the gaps in their defense systems and the intellectual mind behind using them. Ukraine's strategy has remained the same: attack high-profile shipments and locations using electronic warfare equipment. Tiny drones have been far more effective during this war than the costly million-dollar defense equipment. All it took Ukraine was minutes to attack the millions of dollars of shipment without using any expensive military weapons. A single operation, built on deception and executed with precision, forced Russia to weaken itself. And as dawn breaks over the Black Sea, the world watches the smoke slowly fade into the horizon. What was once a symbol of Russian confidence now lies twisted beneath the waves. It is a reminder that even the most powerful seeming fortress can be shaken by innovation. This wasn't just an explosion. It was a message, written in fire, that modern warfare belongs to the fastest minds, not the largest armies.